I am finally here. 33 minutes past 11 p.m. local time. What is going on here? Things are as certain as they may first appear, and here it was sound here. Yes, right. Yes. Oh, as you can tell. What a nightmare. What a few moments that has been. Right, I'm here and you are too, which is good. And whether you're new, whether you're regularly here, thank you for joining me, everyone. Thanks for the support. Let's get on with it and enjoy. It is Friday the 27th of September 2019, still just for the next 26 minutes. I will look at comments very shortly, everyone. Thank you for the hearts, which I just see at the corner of my eye there on the Periscope platform. In fact, I've just realised we are, I think, only live on Periscope at the moment. Let me just double check that and I'll explain everything that could have gone wrong has just gone wrong. It's all down to internet connectivity and a slight accident that I just had before I was going live. Yeah, they do happen to all of us. I'll explain in just a moment. Just going to double check so I know. No, we're only on Periscope at the moment, everyone. That's where we're staying. Aren't you lucky people? You have my full attention there on Periscope and Twitter. And it's Periscope that wins as ever. Our original platform that we've been broadcasting to for a long time, which means that now I can press this magic button here somewhere and indeed just, oh dear, no, forget it. Who's joining us on Periscope is the question. We're not going to have the chat. No, we're not going to have the chat today. We are not going to have the chat that we've been having recently in the Vision, which I've got to shift over a bit. That means sort of like that. Yeah, because people will know that over here, over recent broadcasts, certainly for the last 7 days or so, we have had proper chat that's 97% been working recently from the various platforms that we've been broadcasting on: YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Mixer.com, Twitch.tv, and well, as that's not happening and we're only on the one platform, I can now just look at all the comments directly on Periscope, and so can you. If you're there, you can see what other people are saying, whereas when you're on a different platform to where the comments are coming from, you need them sort of somewhere on the screen, which we've had around, so that you can see what other people are saying. Who's here, please? Who's going to tell me who's here, what's going on? Do I have to go hunting to see who's... Oh, John Creelman's here, and cannot believe it. Is that Jeff possibly here? Good stuff, guys and girls. Don't forget the hearts, please. Tap the screen gently around about there and you'll see your hearts appearing. And of course, press the up arrow down the bottom of the screen to share this out. If you're watching this on another platform, by the way, on YouTube and Facebook, that'll be because I would have, after the broadcast would have finished if you're watching it on those platforms, and the recording would have been uploaded. That's possibly what's happened there. That's if we can grab our hands on the recording, and if we have done so successfully, then you'll be hearing me utter these words on those platforms, and if not, I'm wasting my time saying that. So what's going on there, Jeff? How are we doing in the Buckeye State? You're all very, very quiet there. It's Friday night as I speak and as we go live right now here in England and the rest of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I have had a very, I could say, energetic, demanding, intense week, and it continued even when we just went live. I have been working all day on techie stuff to do with the live streaming that we're just brilliant at, but because the technology has been letting me down, so it's been a bit of a nightmare. Specifically for you techie people out there, you might know what it's like if you want to output the video and audio from your digital device, particularly if it's an Apple device, maybe an iPhone or an iPad. It's a nightmare. More often than not, there aren't too many problems when you try and connect to just a television monitor via HDMI. But when you start trying to record the output of your digital device, then it becomes more than tricky. So I've been on that all the time. And then what happened was, about 10 minutes before we went live here, of course, there was the countdown clock. And just before I sat down, something knocked the internet router and modem, knocked them over, and the internet connection got disconnected. And that's why, while the countdown was on, it sort of got down to about, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then there was a problem. It just all froze on the various platforms. So I had to, I was going to use a different internet connection and then start all this again. And then it became apparent to me that sorting out the problem wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be initially. And then the one thing I forgot to do was when I said to myself, I'm going to use a different internet connection, which would have been 3-4G, my hotspot, from my digital device, and tethered onto that. Then I thought, at that point, we'll only go live on one platform. But once I got everything up and running, working, the main internet working again, what I didn't do before I did go live on Periscope is also go live, switch over literally the switches to help us out on the other platforms. But never mind, never mind. We're here. That's the main thing. Hard week at work here, serving the world of model boat enthusiasts and air softers. Krillman, tell us more. But I hope I don't know if you work the weekend, and if you don't, I hope you're going to have a nice, relaxing time for your Saturday and Sunday, which are just around the corner. Remind us where you're based on this mortal existence called planet Earth, Krillman. Just being very quiet there, unless, of course, and it is possible. Hello, is that Lule Bruno? Hello to you. Unless, of course, Jeff, just perhaps, you're sending us messages and they're not working. That's also possible, but I don't think so. I think everything's working tickety-boo at the moment when it comes to the to everything there, to the technology. Right, as ever, people do like to know these days. Yes, I have my cup with me with tea. That was another thing. I went to make the tea, and what with everything else going wrong, as I poured the milk in, you guessed it, the milk was a bit, I think you might say up there in the Buckeye State, Jeff, icky. Yeah, it wasn't too good. It had just turned the milk. The worst thing was, I've always put in the tea bag first when you're making the tea, obviously, with the, and then, some people probably pour the water in first into their cup, then put the tea bag in. Then once that's sorted out, then put the milk in after. But anyway, I've always put the milk in last. But I did that on this occasion. More recently, I've been putting the milk in first. But today, no, I brewed the tea, then put the milk in, and then realised, yes, I had wasted my time once I'd put the milk in. So had I put the milk in first this time, I would have seen that it wasn't too good, and then I wouldn't have wasted time brewing the tea from the tea bag. Anyway, that's what sort of happened there. How are we doing? And don't like rain. Airsoft week wearers who combat with electric BB guns. Great. I can't say that's ever been anything that I've been too interested in, shooting pellets and bullets and that kind of activity. But hey, I know, listen, plenty of people do like that, along with their hunting, bear hunting and all that, particularly in the United States or America, in that northern American ski continent. So, Krellman, where are we? You still haven't told me or reminded me where you are, where you're located. I'll tell you something, I'm just about remembering where I'm located, because that's how frazzled my head has been over the last few days by certain individuals. I'm not going to go into any of that now, because I haven't got the energy to have that conversation, which kind of would go into multiple conversations. But we're definitely going to cover all that in the weeks to come. In fact, the reason I wasn't here on the broadcast 24 hours ago, guys and girls, is because I was absolutely shattered yesterday when I should have been here. It had been a long day. The night before I hadn't had much sleep. By the time yesterday was kind of drawing to a close, and it was getting to the point where, it was about 3 hours before the broadcast should have taken place at 11:11 local time, my head started hurting me, a bit of a headache. So I had to lay down, and I said to myself, you know what? can't do this. I did want to go live then and tell people, but I didn't. I fell asleep very quickly before I knew it. I just had to sort of lay down for a rest, and before I knew it, I was asleep. And I have to say, I woke up really, really feeling good this morning, Friday morning. Now, but we did go live at 11:11 a.m. today to sort of just to let everybody know that all is good and I'm here, etc. Well, hi, says B. Oh my goodness me, everybody, it's Diva Dwarf. She's back. Where you been, Diva Dwarf? You haven't been here a lot recently live. Well, I'll tell you something. I don't know how I have been, actually. I should have had somebody substituting for me the last 2 or 3 days with what's been going on here. I can tell you the mental strain of it all. I don't need to remind you, Diva Dwarf. But welcome, Rose. Thank you for joining us. I guess you're still in Halifax this very evening now, which is going to slowly be, well, where are we now? It's going to be fast morning before we know it. It's almost midnight local time. Just flies away. I'm loving this little device I've got over here because it keeps the chat on the screen when I refer back to it. It's there. Me neither, but they pay my wages. I'm up on Anglesey, North Wales. Ah, yes, of course. RAF Valley, where I think you've been present here previously, Krillman, when I was mentioning that I'd been up there to RAF Valley. That's the only place I've sort of been destined for when it comes to the west and getting over there into Wales. The only reason I've been to Wales is because I had to travel to Anglesey and did so along the M62, which is a freeway, highway, motorway here in the UK, which travels pretty much east-west. And I travelled all the way from the city of Hull across England, and then, of course, as I've mentioned as well, across North Wales. And it was really decent when I passed the bay, and I nearly said, oh goodness me, it's about to slip my mind. What's the name of the bay up there? Colwyn? No. Krellman's going to tell us. I'm not even going to bother thinking because that's how it's. I was going to say, it's Colwyn Bay, I think. Yeah, come on, Krellman. Bit of typing, please. Let's have a look here. I was with my mum tonight, but the other times I've been so tired and stressed. Yes, and you know something, no matter how much you try not to stress about some things, sometimes impossible. That happened to me this week. Again, overload. The last few weeks and months have been very, very as I say, busy, demanding on me, having to dance to the tune of other people, expecting you to be in certain places at certain times regularly. And that's, as I say, loads of stuff going on there. But this week, I'll tell you what, I thought about this earlier. I thought, won't mention it now because then I'm going to have a big conversation, but I'm not. I'm going to promise myself now that I won't go into this now because it's just too demanding on the grey matter. But I've got to the point now where I'm frigging fed up of people who refer to themselves as professionals, yeah, acting completely anything but. So being unprofessional, inconsiderate, demanding, contriving, thoughtless, and not using their initiative and being very much jobs worth as well. And I'm going to go into that at another time, but I did mention in the previous broadcast about 48 hours ago, one person in particular was a ticket inspector on a train. He needs to be, well, if he worked for me, he wouldn't be in that role any longer, I have to say. Yeah. Could have handled the situation much better. I'm okay now, thank you very much. Well, I'm as okay as I can be, Diva Dwarf. And what I will say, I've been trying to be a bit introspective about this and trying to understand why the last, well, certainly about 72 hours ago, things unfolded the way they did. And the reason is, I'll tell you what the reason is that I'm generally speaking, without wanting to sound arrogant and all that sort of stuff, I realised, I reminded myself, I'm a very strong person when it comes to, dealing with things mentally. And if I say so myself, I've probably got a bit more tolerance than the average person. I mean, being tolerant towards others and situations. But what's clearly happened here is that because I have had, sort of most people would snap there, just where the orange you see meets the blue at the bottom on the screen, yeah, on the, just behind me, yeah. So that bottom line would normally be snapping point for most people. So I've kind of managed to get up there, with that extra sort of willpower and energy and the tenacity, blah, blah, blah. And I've even gone up there to that orange sort of broken line there. But when I've got to the broken line, ironically, it's broken because I kind of broken there. But the thing is, what's easy to forget is that I should have broken down there. So the time you break up there, yeah, and just snap effectively, as I say, particularly with the situation with a ticket inspector the other day, you sort of really plummet very quickly, or you seem to, because you see, if if most people would sort of snap there, they've just got to fall that bit. Yeah, it doesn't seem so much, but literally from there, does that all make sense? I think it does. And so that is why a situation that unfolded, as I say, 72 hours ago, I guess was more severe and seemed more radical, I suppose. And yeah, anyway. There we go. So there's always you have to. It's good to analyse things, but not overanalyse them, of course, which you can often do. What's your commenting there? What you saying to me? Most of them are professional. Yeah, no, absolutely, Krellman. Particularly if you've been looking at Westminster recently, and that's another thing as well. When I look at what's been going on in our Parliament recently with politicians and this B word, us leaving Europe, it's been pretty disgusting, actually. I mean, I looked at what I saw on the news reports on TV the last 3 days, and I sort of chuckled to myself. But there's a serious side to it. And actually, a few hours ago when I watched the news, some allegations are coming through now, people suggesting that our members of Parliament are inciting hatred and also civil unrest. And I can't disagree with that comment, because at the end of the day, right, if you saw, it was like the Muppet Show with, is it Statler and Waldorf? The two old men shouting down from the balcony, yeah? Now, if that happened in any theatre, certainly in the West End of London, Theatreland, yeah, or Broadway in the United States of America, on the East Coast there in Manhattan, then you'd soon be frog marched out by security. Yeah, and if you saw what was going on, the shouting and these, people standing up and doing all this and do, if you did that in a company, in a meeting, for example, and use, some of the, not necessarily the language, I mean, the language is bordering on questionable, but it could be far worse. But the intent and the demeanour of some people, it's pretty horrific stuff that we're watching, when we look at people's faces boiling, yeah, in our Parliament. It's not far off what we used to have as sort of hooliganism in a soccer match, football match. So the point is, if the highest sort of almost, well, we'll say court in the land, yeah, and these people, most of them, barristers, solicitors, and supposed to be top of their game and filled, if they're behaving in this way, don't expect the average person to behave any on par, or certainly obviously not better. So in fact, for me, it's a breath of fresh air and a relief in a way, because people up there, all these toffs and all these people who profess to be better than the average person, plenty of snobs in there, I'm sure, I'm hasten to add, but it just shows, you see, they're showing their true colours. They're like you and I, and the average person. When they need to vent, they will. Hasten to add, I don't do that very often. And again, that's another reason why what happened on Tuesday happened. It was Tuesday. How time flies. And can I? Yeah, aha. Yes, funny you should say that, Diva Dwarf. That's so. Conniving is. Oh, what's going on there? Pressed the button by just inadvertently there by accident, but hey, at least it was relevant. That is me, for those that aren't aware. martinshine.live on any browser and you'll find us here somehow. But yeah, conniving and contriving is definitely a word that I need to use at the moment. Can anyone see Rosie Samantha? No, we can't see you, Rosie Samantha. Sorry about that. No, we can see your writing though, of course, in your comments, but we can't see you. Anyway, Parliament is completely self-absorbed. Yes, that is absolutely right, Creel. Couldn't have said it better myself. Didn't say it better myself. They are not listening. Correct. Yeah, exactly. Whether you want to leave Europe or not, the vote, for whatever reason, because a lot of people that don't want to leave are suggesting that those that voted, and the majority that voted for us to leave Europe, didn't realise what we were voting for. I say we. I can't suggest that doesn't mean well one way or the other for me. Listen, I think we should leave. Whatever my view is, the fact that the majority is the majority, we've got to do what the majority wanted. Yeah, and then if anything, by the time it has taken us to leave over 3 years, yeah, we could have left by 3 years ago. And then we could have been working for the last 3 years on rejoining, if that's indeed what people think we need to do. But where else, can you just change the rules because you want to? Yeah. Oh, let's have another vote. Let's have another referendum. Yeah, sure. If you don't pass that examination at school, yeah, that allows you to go to college, university, and be in a higher grade class, for example, and have a bit of a better education, supposedly. And why not keep taking your exam until you actually pass to prove that you're, clever, more clever? Yeah, every time you fail, don't actually, any failures, don't include those. Yeah, don't worry about it. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Really? They think we're stupid. Okay, there's plenty of stupid people out there, but not all of us, and the average people, plenty of those, and get Jeremy Kyle to sort them out. No, not at all. I think it needs some sort of executionist out there. Go back to the hanging potentially there, Diva Dwarf. Jeremy Kyle, please, that's a bit soft for these people, seriously. Now, I'm here then. Wonder who said that. Anyway, strange stuff going on this broadcast. 5 minutes to go before tomorrow in this part of the globe. England and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Gosh, this is so good. The fact that all the comments on Periscope are staying on the screen on this device that I'm using here. Oh, it makes things so much easier. Oh, what have I done now? I've just broken the, goodness me, the technology. Oh well. You don't need to worry, because as far as you're concerned, it's all good from what you can see. It's what I can preview over here, but it's behaving itself once again. Right. Oh, I know what I need. Definitely. I need one of these. Oh, there we go. All right. As we haven't got the chat there at the moment, we haven't needed it on this broadcast, I can show you right there, big close up, without having to cover my face. Yes, there we go. With the flies. There you are, within the cookie biscuit. Oh yeah, good stuff. They've got too much sugar on them, really, haven't they? Yeah, good stuff though. Fruit shortcakes, McVitie's. Only these ones aren't. Other brands are available. These are made by Tower Gate, and they're slightly more affordable, but they taste no different. Otherwise, I would buy the others. They're really decent. Yeah. Oh, chat. No, not a Jaffa cake. No, in fact, if truth be known, which it should always be, I think I had about 2, possibly 3, but I think it was 2 Jaffa cakes, lemon and lime, left in a box, and I think I consumed those earlier today. Yeah, I did. That was it. Yeah, yeah, and they were good. And I said, no, I'm not going to open another box. Not for at least another couple of days or so. Really trying to start. Well, certainly being mindful about the old diet and all these sweetie stuff that's being consumed. It's not a bad thing to do, is it? To start thinking about a more healthy diet, which of course generally means more expense as well. Oh yeah. What do we have here? You should see my 78-year-old dad using Facebook, says Krellman. That's a miracle of technology right there. What, the fact that your 78-year-old father can use, the fact that he's 78 years young, or the fact that there is this technology for people to be using these days? Because I think, there's a lot of silver surfers. That's what they're called. Well, they used to be. Haven't heard that expression used for a while now, but certainly 20 years ago, people were talking about silver surfers. That is, more mature members of our society using this technology to stay in touch with friends, loved ones. And yeah, it's been, the great thing is a lot of families now that emigrate, for example, they can still stay in touch with family, certainly with FaceTime, WhatsApp, Skype, video calling. That was brilliant. Yeah. I remember plenty of times I used to Skype and just leave it on another device in the corner just next to me, and then when I was talking, it was like talking across. I've said this before. It's like talking across an office desk or something to someone. You just work away, having a chat and having a quick look now and then to see what the person's up to. But really, it's great. It's a great way of working, actually, particularly when I was working from home a few times. I'm a fan of Garibaldi myself. Do you know what? So am I. And you shouldn't have said that, because now I want a Garibaldi. I'm probably going to rush it. Don't think I am being serious. Yeah. I will now probably end up buying a Garibaldi package. Yes, a packet of over the coming days. Might not be I'll try and keep it, just hold off from that, but it's probably going to be, I think in the latest it'll be about in 6 or 7 days time, I will have my hands on a pack of Garibaldi biscuits, cookies. And the funny thing is, I have not shown those at all yet to our international audience that watch here. Yeah, they're switched on to Jaffa Cakes now, everyone, and these fruit shortcakes, and what else? We showed the other day Mr. Kipling cherry bakewells. That was it. Oh yeah, and they're great. They were really, really decent. And I showed everyone a couple of days ago or so that the mince pies are now in these supermarkets, definitely. Yeah, and I've seen now it really is getting Christmassy, and we haven't even had Halloween yet. So before you know it, there'll be Easter eggs, probably a couple of weeks' time, I think, in the grocery stores, supermarkets here in England, Great Britain, Northern Ireland and all. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Right. Hulu, Hulu, what's that? Rose, what are you talking about? I'm not sure you can beat a Jaffa Cake. I don't know so much, Rosie Samantha. You never know. I suppose, well, you've got to try it. You can certainly beat eggs, can't you? So let's try. Have to get the old whip out and beat a Jaffa Cake or two. Yeah, just saying. Now, Rosie Samantha, where have you been? You're well, back again, and you've noticeably been sort of absent for the last, 4 live broadcasts, I do believe, something like that. Have you been just catching up on the replays, perhaps? I don't know. Certainly been going past Poplar Station and telling everyone that there's one viewer out there that definitely likes to have a good view of Poplar as we go past on the Docklands Light Railway. As in taste. Yes, of course. Sorry, I fell asleep. That's hilarious. Are you serious? Are you serious, Rose? You were sort of halfway typing and then you fell asleep on the keys and sent that. Do you, Krillman? Yeah, I haven't had any eggs for a while actually myself. Yeah, you should try. If you have an egg tomorrow or whenever, try the vegan eggs. Apparently they're okay. That tea, delicious. Almost 3 minutes past the hour of midnight local time, so it is tomorrow for myself, for Rose, for Rosie Samantha, and anyone that's watching on sort of this side of the globe, mainland Europe, Australia. Speaking of which, where is Matthew? Matthew Calkin in Perth. He's been joining us recently, but not on this broadcast. Oh dear, never mind. Hello, Matthew. Hello to Elliot Mann. Hello. I spoke with Elliot earlier on, which is why Elliot's name was on my mind right now, up to my tongue. He's finishing off his shift as a bus driver, apparently. Rose has been on the sauce. Yeah, probably. Wouldn't surprise me. But I saw you mentioned me at Poplar. Oh, awesome. Good. Absolutely. Like a Richard Allen moment. A Richard Allen moment. Is that David Allen's brother? Yes! David Allen. That was definitely a David Allen moment for you there, Rose. Come on. Oh, a Richard Allen. Yes. Well, I'm surprised you didn't type the abbreviated version, Rose, but there we are. We've gone past that now, so please, thank you very much. Good, we'll leave it there. Right, everyone. Another comment. Do you like currants? What currently, Jeff, or previously, or in the future? I do like currants, Jeff. I like raisins, sultanas, currants. Yes, I do. Yeah. But why do you ask? That's the question. Why does Jeff ask? Excuse me. Time for a good old cough. Drinking too much tea all at once there. Right. Have you got anything planned for your weekend, guys and girls? I know someone's going to say, yeah, work. Great. But now, what have you got planned? I'm going to be working. I really want to, after this broadcast, I really want to carry on working on the technology I've been working on all day, but I had to de-rig it. Jeff, you'll be really excited at what we're doing here. Actually, you know, I'm going to let you into a little secret here. Read my other post. Yes. Garibaldi biscuits consist of currants squashed and baked between two thin oblongs of biscuit. Do you know, Jeff, that's really mad that you just clarified that, because now you've said it, I remember noting that previously. It must have been, maybe it was a certain brand that you could tell that they were layered, as you've just described, yeah, with the currants being in the middle, sort of thing. But it's never been explained to me that categorically that that's what they are, these Garibaldi biscuits. Not only that, I'm almost shocked that you know what a Garibaldi biscuit is, cookie is. Are they prevalent then in the United States of America? Because as I say, when they were mentioned to me a little while ago, and then when Quiltman just mentioned Garibaldi's, I'm thinking, great, another British good. Yes, another item that is along with the Jaffa cakes and shortbread stuff, you know, British. But Jeff's going to tell us now. Osman, 1959. That's 1 minute to 8 p.m, isn't it? Surely it should be Osman 1111. Just saying. No, I had to look them up. Ah, right. Okay. So, all right, Jeff. It makes sense. Sort of, as in, I'm still, you know, as you can see, I could have been shifted one way or the other. It wouldn't have surprised me if you said to me, actually, no, you know, but I've never heard anyone while I've been on the other side of the pond mention to me Garibaldi's, or I've never seen them. But then there's loads of stuff over here that has not been mentioned, or that I've seen when I've been over in any other country for that matter, you see. So there you go. Oh dear, the tiredness, actually, talking about wanting to work, I'm actually feeling a little bit tired now. And so, annual leave overdue, is it, Crowman? But how much annual leave have you got from your regular work left in your sort of yearly cycle? And when does it begin? Does your annual leave start in January and end in December? There was one company I worked for, and I think theirs was the financial year, so from April to, the beginning of the next April, into March. So I wonder what that's like for you. This is a bit frustrating because I don't have a stand for this device at the moment, but that said, I might be able to sort of just, there we go, look at that. Without it slipping down. Jeff, you'd like to see this, but as I was about to do, hold on just a second. Let me just do that first of all and show everyone show everyone what we've been up to. Very literally a few seconds. It's a new software, Jeff. You'll be delighted to know about. And there it is, just there. And I can show you that we're working on this because this is how we're going to be live streaming from certain places in the future. At the moment, what we use for this, when it comes to graphics and all that fancy stuff that some people have been seeing while we've been broadcasting, well, some of this stuff, it's been... Oh, hello? Whew, went dark there for a minute, didn't it? That was dark, people. Right, as I was saying, no, yeah, with all this technology, which is actually letting me down right now. Why is it? I think it's knackered, everyone. It's definitely knackered, is the technology. We'll press that there. Let's try again. Let's see. No, I think I've broken something, which is very strange because it's all going wrong today. It really is. As I said, it started that way, but we get past it. But all this stuff here, yeah, down there, that's all from sort of like laptops or desktop computers. That's how we do the graphics. It's not just from your iPhone or your Samsung Galaxy or any other smartphone, but in the future, dear viewers, we're going to be using stuff like this. Yeah. And Jeff, the great thing about this, and I'm not going to go into any techie stuff just yet, all right, nothing too detailed. The great thing about this software is, as you can see, you've got your preview and your on-air monitor there. You've also wireless cameras, and the other thing is as well, that is your vision mixer all built in, your switcher mixer. So that means you've got no, usually you've got a separate vision mixer switcher. You've got your separate cameras, you've got your separate encoder or computer, you have your separate monitors to see what each camera's doing, and all the other cables as well. You've got your separate recorder as well, and before you know it, you're traveling across the United States of America, as I did at the end of 2018, with a suitcase full, plus another little load in the other suitcase as well. But now, you can almost fit this stuff in a lunchbox. Really, in a small backpack, really. The only things that are big and of a size that they need to be are the tripods for the cameras. But it's pretty awesome stuff, as I say. What's going on with the chat? Did I miss the chat? Hang on a second. What's the chat saying now? I have an extreme hatred of printers. I won't allow one in the house. Really? My friend's a printer. He prints flyers, clothes, your t-shirts and all sorts of things, wedding invitations, and you don't like printers. It's a good profession. I'm very surprised that you would say something like that, but strange. There's obviously a reason why, and I'm sure you're going to tell us. Enough for a 4-week, from October onwards, 4-day week. Oh, you mean, oh, hang on a second, everyone. Just got to look at the time. Goodness me, before you know it, boom, here we are. It is already. Is that right? Yes, it is. Press that button there, press that there. Everybody, already it is 11 minutes past midnight. Can you believe it? At local time, 11 minutes past the hour, wherever you are, if you're watching this live. And if you're not, don't know where you are or what time of the 24-hour cycle it is, but I'm sure you're having fun wherever you are. If you're watching this, you're having a bit of downtime. It certainly isn't a moment for you where you're at work, I would have thought. Right, and what is the name of the software? Oh yes, Jeff, it's called Switcher. Switcher Studio, and it's brilliant, and I highly recommend it, and we'll tell you more about that when we get on to techie stuff in the future, and it's really going to save us along the way when it comes to setup time. It's very affordable. Well, it allows us to offer services much more at a more affordable price to the average business, and it's so compact as well. As I was saying, the size of everything, it just helps you set up in no time. Brilliant stuff. No. Oh, right, okay, excellent. RZ83. welcome. If you're new here, don't forget to follow. Yeah, press the 3 dots at the bottom of the screen in the corner. There's an option there to follow. There's also an option there to there's loads of options there. When we're out and about locally, in London and even afar, you can see where we are because the map tells you. Yeah, it tells you where the broadcast is coming from, which is really useful for some people to know where what they are seeing can be seen and where they can travel to if they want to see more of what I'm showing you. The sights and sounds, particularly if it's attractions for tourists, people that might be planning to visit London. If I'm down there and I'm like, check out this building, well, you know where it is on the map and you can sort of correlate that when you start your own travels. And in the middle of the screen at the bottom on Periscope, if you press the up arrow, you can share this out to your contacts and allow them to enjoy the moment as well. Yeah, if you're watching now on another platform, the replay, because this isn't live on the others because of a technical problem at the beginning, as I was mentioning, then, well, you can certainly subscribe or follow and join our community when we are live. Oh yeah. Right, everyone, you haven't told me what your plans are for this coming weekend. Anything exciting? Anything I need to know about? Tell me. You've all gone very quiet once again, just making me do the nattering, which is fine, I guess. Let's press that there. What else are we doing? While I'm waiting for you guys and girls to respond, I'm just being a bit nosy on the broadcast and having a... that's interesting. I've got so used to looking at this platform on my mobile digital device that when you look at it on a tablet or on the computer, it's somewhat different. And okay, right, excellent stuff. We're gonna certainly end this broadcast very soon, in the next couple of minutes or so, everyone. I want to thank you all for joining me, and yeah, I think that's probably it, unless I'm going to tell you to have a fantabulous day off if you're having a day off on Saturday. What are you going to be doing tomorrow, Rosie, Samantha? Or, well, for me it's today, because it is Saturday already. It's 40 minutes past midnight. For you it's today, but some people in their mind it's still tomorrow until they've finished their night's sleep. So I got a feeling you might be heading out and doing a bit of shopping. Let's see what Rosie Samantha's going to tell us. Sweet dreams and happy mornings. Thank you, Crewman. Same to you. Good night to you, indeed. What was the name of the biscuit you ate a few minutes ago? Yes, Jeff, they are called fruit shortcakes, okay? And they're usually made by a company called McVitie's, which is very popular, very big brand. I'm sure you know about them. But these ones are actually made by Tower Gate. And just to help you out, because I'm sure you're going to have a good old Google, that's the package you're looking for. Take a quick snapshot. Go on, quick, snap. Snappity, snap. There we go. Ready? And they're going once, going twice. Yeah, you got excellent stuff. They are rather decent. And now, because of that, Jeff, you're so naughty. You reminded me of those, and I'm going to have another one. Who knows what tomorrow brings? Well, you're not wrong there, Rosie Samantha. But, you know, I mean, the point is, it's always good to have a tentative plan, isn't it? You know, like, for example, you say to yourself, I live in Southend. That's right, isn't it? Southend. I want the beach down the road. I think I'm going to plan to go on the beach tomorrow and have a good old relax. And that's my tentative plan. But of course, then if the weather changes, then you have to have a contingency plan and say to yourself, well, you know what? Can't go on the beach now. I mean, I can, but my umbrella isn't just going to, you know, it's going to be cold, even though I have my umbrella, you know, and my windbreak. So instead, I'll leave that until another day when it is sunny and hot, and I will do the other thing that I need to do, which is a bit of shopping, yeah, or cleaning the home, or baking. Something like that. Just saying. There you go. Oh, Jeff, that was naughty of you. Reminding me. Sorry. Yes. I'm sorry, Jeff. I mean, I would email you a little bite of these, but email, unfortunately, still just doesn't do it, does it? Amazon Prime. Not sure it'll be quick enough by the time that's finished. No, they didn't collect. Sorry. Right. Okay. No more comments. Everybody gone quiet. Right, listen, people. Say goodbye to each other, please. Yeah. A few more hearts just on the screen is good. Just press them gently, gently, gently. Brenda must be at work, actually. I just realised. Brenda is, of course, a lady who has now more than one job, and certainly a new job when it comes to being a sales representative, technically. So I'm sure she'll see this. You'll see this, Brenda, at some point. JJ Crawl, hello to you if you're watching somewhere. Heather joined me earlier on. I think it was today, if not the last, but I think it was on one earlier on. Not yet today, yesterday. See, even I still get it wrong myself. But yesterday, on Friday, 11 a.m. broadcast, I think Heather, Chris's wife, was here as well. And that was good to see her. Very good indeed. And it's good to see everybody. And it's good not to see people as well. As in, it's good that people are joining us at the other times, but the people that aren't here at the moment, well, it's good that they're on board in general and probably watching the replay too. So thank you very much. Jeff believes that Brenda is at work, or is she somewhere else on the sherry by now, Jeff, eh? Is she sneaking out without telling you? Is the competition over? Absolutely not, Rosie Samantha. Eating dinner. Said Jeff. Right. That's what you're going to be doing, Jeff, is that right? Now, the competition's not over. Somewhere over here, I can just about manage to scramble one of the prizes, which is the Apple Ice Sponge. There it is. Yeah. Okay, if you want to win an Apple Ice Sponge, don't forget it's not just a sponge for your eyes. It's for everything, but that's not why we call it the Ice Sponge, as you understand, people. And somewhere, there's one of them. We've got another one. I'm not going to get that on the camera right now, but this one, you see the two little holes there on that little lollipop, ice pop looking thing? Well, that's where your headphones go. Two sets of headphones in there. It is a splitter, headphone splitter. And then just at the top there, the lollipop stick, you pull it away from the main device there. And it has a 3.5mm jack plug on the end of it. And you shove that into your digital device. And then you can play the music to two sets of headphones and share the music. Excuse me, share the music with one another if you sit next to each other, maybe on the beach, for example. And if you want to win those, all you got to do is answer the question, and obviously then send me your answer to Twitter. Right, so first off, the question is, if you tell someone something in confidence and you want them to keep it a secret, what do you think their name would be, ideally? And the example we keep giving is, on the same level of logic, if you see a man on one knee, what would you expect his name to be, ideally? The answer, Neil. And so once again, if you tell someone something in confidence and you don't want them to tell another soul anywhere, and they've got to keep it a secret, what do you expect their name would be, ideally? And send me a direct message on Twitter. That's twitter.com/Martin Shine. And you must be following me as well on Twitter if you want to be a winner. The competition absolutely isn't over. It will be over as soon as we receive the answer. The first person, first come, first serve. No one has sent me the correct answer yet. People do keep, and you can try more than once. Happy for that as well, people, before I forget to mention that, because I kept meaning to previously. Will we kick ourselves when we know that? No, don't be silly. Don't be silly, Rosie Samantha. No, we'll do that for you. Metaphorically, of course. But yeah. Oh dear, you give me the lions, don't you, really? Another clue. Yeah, I don't see why not, actually. I'm eating a steak dinner now. I cooked on the grill. Jeff, you know what? I haven't had a steak for ages. As you say that to me right now, I couldn't have a steak. I ate probably only a couple of hours ago. No, yeah, about, I don't know, 9:30 p.m. So that's what, actually getting on for 3 hours ago. And I had duck spring rolls and chips. I just had the chip, you know, very unusual. But as it happens, it was really good. Didn't have many chips. Only had a few. It was a small packet, and I only had half the packet, so I thought I'd save them till tomorrow, the rest of them. And yeah, I just needed something, anything to go with those spring rolls, and I wasn't going to cook rice, so even in the microwave. So that was good. Just did the. But now I can't. As I think of steak, it doesn't do anything for me, that thought, just because I'm Well, just because I'm not hungry. That's why. You know what it's like there. Rosie Samantha says, sticks her hands up again. LOL moment. Right. The clue. The clue. Yeah. What clue? Well, I would say the clue is, put me on the spot there. I have already told you it's a female name, and I would suggest not starting when you're going through all the names, you know, and don't start from the far end of the alphabet. Don't start from the end and work your way backwards. That's all I'm saying. So hopefully that might help, but don't take that, I say, too literally. That doesn't necessarily mean, well, I'm not going to say anymore. I'm not going to say anymore. No. We'll leave it like that. I've never had duck spring rolls before, Jeff says. Rosie Samantha's really pushing her luck there. I could tell you there, Rosie. What's going on here? What does the name begin with? Initial, please. It's so frustrating not knowing the answer. Yeah, I got the same when it comes to this political crap that's going on at the moment, quite frankly. Not knowing the answer. Are we going to leave on October the 31st? Well, surely we've got to, because otherwise we've been lied to again. You know? What does it begin with? No, I can't tell you that. I gave a clue. Which is don't start from the end of the alphabet when it comes to siphoning off various names and working your way through it. Another clue, final clue, all right, is the name's not Rosie. How's that? Anyway, people, Rafe B has joined us. I know why you've done that, just to make sure that we're leaving. We don't want to overstay our welcome here. And so I'm going to thank everyone once again for joining me. As always, thank you for joining each other. And I'm sure you had a wonderful time. Thank you, Jeff, to being here. I hope you've unpacked fully now from because you've been away for quite a bit recently. I know the other day you were. Okay, enough. I'm freaking tired now. I need to start heading for this horizontal position and from Z's very soon. I did originally want to do some work. I'm very keen to get on with that, but I'm probably better off having a bit of rest, and then when I'm rested and recharged myself, then I'll probably be a bit more productive for every minute that goes by, whereas I'll be not as productive minute by minute if I was to carry on doing the work right now. Anyway, everyone, I'll keep you posted on how things develop with all the technicalities here. Have yourselves a great sleep when it arrives, that time. Sounds like Rosie Samantha's off for some, definitely for some Z's very, very soon after this finishes. And it sounds like Jeff's going to be doing a few things before. You'll probably have a rest after that meal. You can't go to, well, you're not going to go for a run, are you, or a jog after that steak, Jeff? Please say no, please say no. Is it a common name? Is it a common name? I suppose it depends. I'm going to say no, but then again, in recent years, it's probably become more popular, and it does depend, of course, which country you're in. I mean, if your name's Miguel, I would suggest that it's more popular in Spain than in Japan. Or Mexico, possibly. Certainly, obviously, in a Spanish-speaking country. So, I don't know what to say. I've lost myself for words now. Thank you for those few hearts. Have yourselves a really good rest and positive time until we meet again. I've got a little bit of work to do before I do go to sleep, which, of course, is post this video elsewhere. Yeah, for those that are going to miss it, if they are stuck on the other platforms and don't venture out, they're probably thinking, why didn't he go live at 11:11 yesterday, Friday night? Well, we didn't go live at 11:11 anywhere because there was a problem, but when I did go live, it was only on Periscope. So this will now be posted from Periscope to a couple of other platforms. Thanks everyone. As I say, keep well, and thanks for the support. And I will hopefully, I should be back later on today. Nearly made a mistake. Later on today, because it's already Saturday, 28th of September, and it'll be about 11:11, if not before, PM local time. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye for now.